Hey, it's the Lost Canuck. Hola, bonjour, ça va? How's everything going today? Thanks for tuning into the channel, and on today's show, we're gonna stuff some shotgun shells and smoke them, okay? It's hunting season, so let's do some shotgun shells. I figure, what the heck? So, but there's a twist, okay? So normally, you use regular old bacon and wrap them in that. So I got some, thanks to my friends over at the Hagberg's Market over in Lake Elmo. Thanks, Billy. You guys are awesome. But here's the twist, okay? Billy said, hey, why don't you try some of my beef bacon, okay? This is beef bacon, so I'm going to do half with this beef bacon. Where it's from the short rib. I don't know if you can see how well marbled this stuff is, but it looks awesome. So again, Hagberg's, thanks for all the great suggestions. If you're in the Twin Cities and you're looking for an awesome butcher shop, Hagberg's is the place to go. Thanks again, Billy. All right, so why don't we take this Manicotti shell and we're going to turn it into this delicious, juicy, yummy, stuffed, smoked shotgun shell. Stay tuned. Okay, all right, well, you can see I got my cooking hat on, so we're going to be doing some cooking. And we're going to throw these out on the smoker here shortly. But what we got to do is, well, not shortly, you got to wrap them and stuff them, and you leave them in the fridge overnight so all the juice soaks into these shells, okay? So, here's what we're going to do. I have a pound of freshly ground brisket. Now, I ground this myself, and if you didn't see my grinder video, grinding brisket, I'll leave a link, a video card link here. Check it out, good video. It's on my number 32 grinder. So we're going to take a pound of this, dump it in a mixing bowl, and again, when I was over at Hagberg's, I picked up a pound of this freshly ground chorizo sausage. So it's got a little bit of tomatillo in it. It's really nice stuff. Maybe not so much Italian, but it is yummy. Okay, so we got a pound of that. And what I'm going to do is I got lazy, so I'm going to throw some diced peppers in. I didn't dice them myself. I bought them in the store. So they're just 3 different tricolors. So we're got those in there, and maybe a little bit of onions. Heck, I like onions. I'm not dumping the whole thing in. I'm just going to put a little pinch of onions in there. There you go. Now, the most important part is the cheese. You want these to be nice and melty, yummy good. So let's take you take a handful. You can put as much cheese or as little cheese in as you like. So I'm going to do that. Okay, so that's what it looks like before I mix it with my hands, and I'll mix her all up. We'll bring the shells over, we'll stuff them, and then I'll open up the bacon here and do it that way. So use the old hand mixers and get it well mixed. So you don't want just a big chunk of chorizo and then beef. You want it all mixed up together. And look, if there's any left over, this makes good meatballs too. Oh, you know what? I forgot to put some of the seasonings in. So let's take a small break and I'll throw some seasonings in. Hang on, I got to wash my hands now. All right, one key ingredient I forgot to put in was some Italian seasoning. This is just from the local grocery store, but you want to put a little bit of this in for flavor. And you know, I picked up this picked up this Smokin Ghost all-purpose rub. So I'm going to throw a little bit of that in there. Now, hey, it's almost Halloween. So it says it's scary good. And I believe they're out of Illinois. So put a little bit of this in here, try it out. Now, hygiene is important, and I have washed my hands, just FYI. Okay, you can tell when it's starting to be well mixed when it starts really sticking together nicely like that. All right, so let's stuff our shells, and then we'll get the bacon around them. So there's a shell, and we're just going to scoop it in here like this. Now, if you guys have a jerky gun, that would also work very well. This gets tedious, so you don't have to watch me stuff all of them, but we'll get them in. We'll pack them in as best we can. Okay. Your tube should be full like that, up to each end. And then I'll put them on the cutting board just like that. Move everything around. Okay, so when you come back, you're going to see all this whole cutting board full of stuffed manicotti. I'll see you in a second. All right, so we got the manicotti shells all stuffed with our mixture. Now, I don't know, these beef bacons don't look long enough. I don't know. We'll see. I've got enough. We'll see if I can get a full wrap. Just barely. You don't want to leave a lot of the pasta exposed. I'll do a couple beef, and then we'll do the rest in pork. Oops. Lost Canucks. It's been a late night. A little tired. The beef isn't going to work out as good as the other ones, as the pork, because this pork you can stretch. Beef you can't, it'll break. But I'll do 7, or sorry, I'll do all 11 beefs, and then we'll do but the thing is the exposed pasta will be a little crispy. Never mind. So here I'll show you how the pork ones are supposed to be. Now with pork, it's very forgiving, right? So you can pull this and stretch it a little bit. And they're normally longer. Maybe I'll have to double wrap some. That's a good idea. Maybe I'll double wrap some of them. I like the beef bacon, but it's very brittle. Alright, so this is going to be pretty boring. So I'm going to wrap the rest of these. And then I'll see you out at the grill. And we'll throw these into some smoke. I'll see you out there. Alright, well, one thing Lost Canuck forgot, and you don't want to miss this step, is after you get all your manicotti wrapped with your different kinds of bacon, or in my case I had 2 different kinds. Most of you guys are going to use pork bacon, but let's put some rub on the outside of them. So on the pork ones, I'm going to use this Prime Time seasoning. It's pork Pigasus. Really like this stuff. And I'll just give her a little sprinkle on the pork ones. So those are my pork ones. Let's put some of this beef stuff on. Now I'm using this, this is my local rub. It's called Ope We're Smokin'. Ope is kind of a Minnesota, Wisconsin saying, but it's made right here in Hudson, so I'm going to put a little sprinkle of this on the beef. Alright, throw this back in your fridge. We're going to throw it on the smoker here this afternoon. Alright, we'll see you down at the pit when it's time to throw this out into the smoke. And for all you Lone Star Grillz Pellet Smoker fans, this is all going to be done on the Lone Star. So I'll see you in a minute. Hey, well, it's me. I'm down here at the pit. Got the Lone Star Grillz 42-inch pellet smoker running. Got her set at 300. I'm still running some of those leftover pecan pellets. They're Bear Mountain. And you can see we got the shotgun shells all ready to put on. So we're going to put them on the top rack, smoke them for an hour, glaze them with a little bit of barbecue sauce, let them tack up and bring them in and taste them. So I'll see you when it's time to glaze in about an hour. So let's get these things on. Okay, so got them on the smoker. Gonna let them go for an hour, and I'll see you in an hour. All right, well, my timer's gone off after an hour. We're back at the pit. It's time to glaze these things. So let's take a look and see what they look like. I haven't even looked at them yet. Well, they smell great. Wow, they look good. But I'm going to put a little glaze on there. We'll start with the top ones. Yeah, well, they came a little unwrapped. Okay, what we're going to do is throw some glaze on. Now, I got two local sauces here. This one's from Croix Valley. It's made right here in Hudson. So let's give that a little shot. Now glaze the top ones with this one. Okay, so now that you've got them glazed, the top ones anyways, we'll do the bottom ones next. And this one is Petey's Texas Barbecue. This is from St. Paul, Minnesota. This is good stuff too. This is their apple bourbon sauce. All right, we'll just brush this in a bit. And what we're going to do is turn the pit up to 350 for 15 minutes, and then these things should be done. Okay, so let's push these back in, turn the pit up to 350, and keep cooking. Okay, we'll see you in 15 minutes when it's time to pull these off. Lost Canuck out. All right, well, we're back at the pit. It's been actually a little longer than 15 minutes, but let's pull these things off. They look yummy. Yeah, I'm trying not to burn myself. There. Okay, there's one rack. Stay tuned for more Lost Canuck adventures of burning your hands. Beef bacon looks good. Pork bacon looks good. It all looks good. Okay, I'm going to put this into cool down mode. I don't know if you can see that, but it's simple. You just press the top button, power off. There we go. That's it. Okay, let's go up to the cutting board. We'll cut into these things, taste them, and see if they're any good. See you up there. Hey, well, we are upstairs in the barbecue lab. And, well, time of moment of truth. The shotgun shells are all done. Got them glazed. They're up here on the cutting board. Time to cut in. Do a little taste test, okay? So let's we'll try a beef one and a pork one. Okay, so here's a beef one. Let's cut this open and see what it looks like. Wow. Okay. Well, it looks like it's well cooked. It's nice and crispy. The bacon, I mean, the inside's not crispy, but let's take a slice out of here. We'll give one to the videographer. I think these are pretty hot, so be careful. That's the beef one. Not bad. Beef works. I've never seen anybody use beef bacon on one of these before, so let's try a pork one. Let's do this one. Falls apart when you make them or cut them. Again, that's cooked. There's a little bit of a void in there, but the pork one's good too. Well, I think this one was the Petey's barbecue sauce, and I like that stuff. Let's try the other sauce. And this is this Croix Valley one. Again, very nice. Cooked all the way through. Bacon's crispy. I like the Croix Valley sauce just a little more, but it's spicier, but it's sweeter too. All right, well, there you have it. Beef bacon, which is basically made from the short rib, works well. Worked well for my shotgun shells. Pork bacon, no problem. Also works well. Why don't you leave me a comment down below? Have you ever used beef bacon before on this kind of stuff? And if not, or whatever, what do you think you would like? Beef bacon or pork bacon? Leave me a comment below. And don't worry, I answer all of my comments. So I'm just kind of curious. All right, well, we're at the end of the video. And family's hungry, so we're going to eat some of these things. So I'm going to put this down so you don't have to listen to me eat anymore. And you hear all that background noise, those are my dogs making some noise. They want some food too, they're hungry. So let's, we're going to eat these things right away. Check me out on Instagram. I got an Instagram page over here. That's the QR code. Got about 560 followers. Thank you very much. Again, the Lone Star 42-inch pellet grill always performs flawlessly. I got a special treat coming for you. If you're a Lone Star fan, stay tuned to the channel in about a week. And I've got a different experiment coming. Okay. All right. And if you liked anything in the video, check out my Lost Canuck store affiliate links in below. Hey, it doesn't cost you anything extra. I got lots of gear on there that I use and I trust and I believe in. So check it out. Check out my links. Makes great gifts. Christmas is coming. So, and that's all I have to say about that. So, hey, Lost Canuck, if we're lost, you know we're lost together, right? Okay, so final words. Lost Canuck says, remember, be kind to each other. It really matters. Mental health is super important nowadays. It's getting tough out there. All right. Take care. Bye-bye. Love you guys.